Fez is a city bubbling with untempered emotion. Its colours, sights and smells jostle for your attention amidst the stallholders' cries, offering all manner of delights and temptation. Yet underlying this assault to the senses, there is a spiritual calm that envelops you. Its long and distinguished history feels very much alive. It is present in its walls and streets. It's a tangible and living presence. It surrounds me, and it includes me in its evolving journey. I am won over. I'm here with Rita, sitting in an absolutely beautiful riad, bang in the centre of Fez. It's called the Palaz to Fez. Rita, tell me a little bit about this beautiful home.
So, okay, this is, just to explain a bit, it's called Palais de Fez d'Artazi. It's a family business. It's owned by my father. It's originally a palace from the 17th century that's been restored entirely. So we have three parts. Downstairs we have a carpet shop, which is the initial job of my father. Then we have another building that we added to the main one, which is a riad now. We have 8 beautiful rooms. And then the restaurant, 3 terraces for the restaurant, and where we're sitting right now.
You're quite new in the family business, aren't you? You finished college a year ago.
Yeah, I graduated a year ago from St. Louis University. I've done some international business and came back here for holidays originally, but then I never left. So yeah, my father needed me to carry on with the business, and so I stayed.
And there's something magical about Fez itself, isn't there?
It is. Fez is a beautiful city. It's very different from all other cities in Morocco. I mean, people usually know Marrakesh. Marrakesh is very well marketed all over the world. Fez is, it's not pretentious. It's very true. It's the spiritual capital of Morocco. It's one of the 4 imperial cities as well. I mean, it has the biggest Medina in the world. I mean, it's protected by the UNESCO. So the Medina by itself it holds so many treasures. I mean, we have the first university of the world here, the tanneries, and just wandering around the streets it's a beautiful experience. You can feel the story of all the generations that came before, and it's just amazing. People are true. Nothing is shallow about the Medina. Even the walls. I mean, it's a tradition in Fez. People don't really like showing off their fortune, their wealth. They'd rather have it for themselves, keep it for themselves. So if you walk through the small streets, you see that all the walls look exactly the same. They're in a very bad state, but if you go inside, that's the beauty of it. From outside, everything looks the same, everyone is the same, but from inside you can find some of the most beautiful palaces in the world. So yeah, I think that's the beauty of Fez.
Is Fez progressive? What's it like for a young woman working and living here?
Well, I'm very lucky to have the job that I have now, because I get to work with different people from all over the world. Fez is a very nice city. We have a modern part where I grew up and my generation usually lives. So yeah, there's a future for everyone. Most of us go abroad to study, and we all come back to either Fez or other cities, but the people who came back are very happy to be here, and we have the responsibility to make it better, I think. So yeah.
Tell me a little about the food we're going to be having. I'm very excited. You've chosen the menu, and I hear the restaurant here is wonderful.
Thank you very much. So what we're gonna be having, you saw how we made one salad and one tagine, but we're actually gonna be having different kinds of salads. So it's the way we Moroccans eat. So even if you go to the most humble families, they will always serve more than one dish. It is impossible to go to a family and have only one dish.
My type of meal.
And in Morocco, it's more about the eye. We eat with the eye, not
Not with the belly.
No,
with your eyes,
really
yeah.
Not. So yeah, we normally start a real Moroccan traditional meal would be starting with a pastilla, then having different kinds of salads, then a tagine, then dessert, of course, then tea.
And then tea. Yeah. And then the little cakes.
Of course, it's never over.
I'm very excited about the dessert, because throughout my journey I haven't actually sat down and had a dessert. I've had some wonderful ice cream and some wonderful cakes, but not a proper dessert after a meal, or the way I would view a dessert after a meal?
Well, it's a special dessert. It's made with the same material we use to make the pastilla, and yeah, it's traditional, and it's a recipe from my grandmother actually.
This is absolutely incredible, and all for me. I don't even know where to start. Okay, I'm going to start with this, which is aubergine, and which is always one of my favorites. This I have never tried before. I have no idea what it is. That's pumpkin with cinnamon and sugar. The type of thing you want to dig a spoon into it and eat the whole thing. Spinach with all these wonderful spices, and there's some seeds in it. I'm not quite sure what they are. Oh, chili. I like that. That's aubergine as well. Yeah, they've been caramelized. They're fabulous. The wonderful thing about Morocco is their use, the variety of spices and of vegetables. I mean, look at this array of color on the table. So much more exciting than the salads that we make at home. And this is what it is. This is a selection of salads. This is how they eat. It smells as good as it looks. Shukran. This is the kandora and souvenir, the traditional kaftan and headscarf. This kaftan is typical to Fez. The gold embroidery on it, the detailing, is traditionally associated with Fez. And it's beautiful. Walking through the streets in my kandora, I am surprised by the attention that I'm receiving. Men stop and stare at me, and some attempt to chat. I had expected the kandora to cloak me in invisibility, but it's done the opposite. This is the beautiful ceramic associated with Fez. These blue dyes were created in the 10th century using different pigments, and they still use the same process now.
It's traditional design and traditional size. Now we make same design, same size before.
And it's all painted by hand?
Yes, all by hand.
I'm heading for the tanneries, and even though the Medina is quite a maze, these should be easy to find. You follow your nose. The animal hide is placed in this giant medieval vat behind me. They use acid and lime. And in the same way a washing machine drum works, it spins until all the hair falls off. The Chuwara tanneries are one of the city's most iconic sites, and the Fassi leather produced is among the finest in the world. It's claimed that tanning leather in Morocco goes back several millennia, and little has changed since medieval times. The methods used remain the same. The smell is pungent, it's intoxicating. I feel like I've stepped back in time. Fez has strengthened my desire to learn more about Morocco and to discover its untold secrets. It's a country whose mysticism continues to entrance, casting spells on those who journey through her.
يا مناسس يا لذيذ اليوم قوم يا تخدم بالنية الله الله البنية الله الله حمودة اللي حمو صلاة نبينا حمو صلاة نبي حمو صلاة نبينا حمو منششيا حمو صلاة نبي حمو صلاة نبي حمو ملاكميا حمو صلاكم Bienvenidos, bienvenidos, bienvenidos a Niki. Dale, ma sultan, Marquiano le afulan.